We're on this one today. We are taking out this Power Max. I'm surprised that there's still any of these around because these were and are absolutely crap. So you can see it's been leaking. Anyway, these were put into new houses and apartments thinking that they were the bee's knees, and I can't tell you how many I've taken out personally. Absolutely, well, just can't stand them. We have tried to repair this and fix it, but it's now given up. I'm just covering up the stairs and so on. But we're stripping out today. I'll admit, I cannot be bothered today. I'm feeling, I don't know, I'm feeling a bit weird. A bit achy, tired, don't know if I'm coming down with something. And to top it all off, my missus sent me out the door with my thermos full of herbal tea this morning instead of my normal coffee. So that's really started me off on a bad start. And where I am, there's nothing. Just started draining down as well. Oh, look how black that water is. It's going to need a power flush as well on this job. Okay, so we're starting up in the loft, stripping out. So let's get this done. A quick little tip from me, from a heating engineer that's been in it a long time. When you're taking out a heating system with tanks, start from the loft first. Get rid of everything that's up in the loft first. From the hardest stuff, work your way down. I'm going to so many jobs now where there's a tank full of water shoved in the corner. What's that about? Take the tanks out. Do a job properly, guys. I know I keep preaching this all the time, but anyway, start from up here. Like I say, you could tip that now, and I'm going to tip it, so it's going to go down the fill, and that's going to empty, and so I can basically take out this out, no problem, and then I can cut below and work my way down. It's just simple, guys. Well, here's something not to do, guys. So as you can see here, tank cold feed or drain, and I've just cut it. Just because I've got my earphones on and I'm just going along, and the water's absolutely filthy, and I need to run downstairs to go and get a speed fit cap as quick as I can. I've just tried ringing my brother, but he's at the dentist. And it's panic stations. I don't know what to do. I've got absolutely nothing here to stop this. This is a schoolboy error. Today I have fucked up. I don't want to let this go because I could have black water going into the ceilings down low. I don't know what to do. I'm going to keep my finger on this for a little bit longer, and hopefully my brother's coming back. He should be on his way, but yeah, not good. Don't do this. I've just had to sit there with my finger on that. I did have a nice little ring, but I can still feel. But anyway, my brother's back now. He's bought the hose pipe. That could have been a serious disaster. But anyway, disaster averted. Just goes to show I always keep a speed fit cap in my pocket as well. Don't know why I didn't, and I always have stuff around me. Anyway, lesson learned. So finally got this bad boy downstairs. Everyone was saying to me, plug the hole with a carrier bag or like make a run for it, but I just didn't want to risk it. Look at the state of that water. Definitely needs a power flush here. Again, first day here on this job, didn't want to upset the customer by letting them have basically shite water coming through, isn't it? Look at the state of it. It's brown, as you can imagine. But anyway, that's the plug on the end there. So anybody that didn't know, these are copper inside, so that's going on my van in the Christmas pile, I guess. Well, I wonder how many EU boiler slingers out there would connect straight onto the system, fit a boiler, and then just run off, leaving the customer with a potential system that could corrode and ruin their new boiler over time. And it's left to us decent engineers to do a proper job and come back and obviously diagnose it, and customers wonder why their boilers are only a few years old or how many years old and they don't last. This is one of the major reasons why. You wouldn't put dirty fuel and oil into a brand new car engine, would you? You know, you could have a Rolls Royce engine, but yeah, if you don't look after it, if you don't put the quality, what it's supposed to run on, it will destroy itself. Okay, guys and girls, so boiler's just been delivered. We're installing a Viessmann Vitodens 100 here. The Viessmann Vitodens 100 at the moment, it's got a 12-year warranty on for these boilers. So amazing boiler, 12-year warranty, no brainer. Had to give the customer some more bad news yesterday. So the lounge radiator or living room, that's corroded. We're putting a double in there because it's quite a large living room space, and she was always having the gas fire on. And we're also going for a double in here to replace this one, because again, it's completely gone on the side there. So again, corrosion problems, but I've waffled on along enough on that. Yeah, enough videos being made on this regarding that, so we're going to crack on. Well, we're day 2 and we are just before lunchtime, and boiler is on the wall. All radiators now have new thermostatic radiator valves on, including 2 new radiators in the front room there and there that were leaking previously. So we have to put new thermostatic radiator valves on all new boiler installations now as part of energy saving regulations. So again, boiler is on the wall. We have plyboarded it because there's no fixing, because it's all plasterboarded. So that's the best way to do it. Now, another little thing. So you may remember there was a little big piece of skirting board here. So take that off, and there's and basically this panel comes off. So instead of bringing your pipework around and it looking ugly, you can come straight down. It can look lovely and neat, and you've got all that underneath. Well, this is the bit that I always dread and can't stand, especially now I'm getting older. I've got a vertical flue on this job, so I've got to get on this roof. It's now started to rain as well, while it's spitting at the moment. But this wasn't forecast for today, this was forecast for tomorrow, so it will be extra kind of slippy. But another little thing. So we've had both our vans parked here for the past 2 days. Next door, I have a drive that in front of this car here, but they've decided to, or we think it's out of protest because we worked late yesterday. But I tell you what, people are very strange we come across. Anyway, is there still any real debate on what the most skilled trade is out there? Because as a plumber, we have to learn carpentry, building, roofing, as you could see, minor electrics, you name it, plastering. No other trade has to do what we do. Anybody that comes back, I don't talk about Lego plumbing, anything DIY, push fit, press fit, that's not plumbing. If you ask me, it's not bending pipework, soldering, etc. But yeah, I'm up here doing this. Well, we've just finished inside the roof. That's now fully bracketed, secured, etc. Solid, absolutely solid. The annoying thing is though, I'm working with my brother. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. So there's 2 of us. So he's been inside, I've been outside. And for the life of us, we were trying to save using this extension here. We were going up the roof, down the roof, just to try and not use another extension. But anyway, in the end, we've spent way too long, basically, doing this because we just wanted to use the one and another extension. So really, the time that it's took to do the job and use that one extension, really, we've put at least another hour onto the job. But anyway, that's all done now. I guess the perfectionists that we are, and what was pushed into us as from our dad, has made us do the job properly. We've just started on the power flush. That's all the black it's bringing back into the machine. See how necessary it is to do this. That's the clean pipe, that's the dirty one. So it's going into these giant magnets here as it cleans. If If you are thinking about investing in a power flushing machine, guys, do not have a Nordstrom power flushing machine. So see all that water there? That is just from all the leaks every time I put this together. So I've got a bag full of loads of goodies where I have to remake things in, you name it. So today, it's got a split on the metal there. It must be cheap stuff that they're using. So this can be used on heat. I have to keep the heat to a really low temperature now because there's a pipe inside the machine itself where you have to take all this off. That shot off. I've had that many leaks. I've sent this in multiple times. I've asked for a new machine. They've denied me. They told me that when they have it, it doesn't leak. I've sent them videos of it. I've tagged them in. You name it. But then they're not interested. So don't buy one of these. Go Camco. That's what I wish I did. Unfortunately, I didn't. But I can't wait to get rid of this thing. I think it's going to go very soon. So this has been on quite a while now. It actually I didn't get started on this flush till, well, close to 11 o'clock, nearly lunchtime, because of all the leaks and everything, trying to sort this machine out. It's going to have to go. But anyway, I've been going around the radiators, agitating with this rubber mallet. I'll show you what I've been doing in a minute. But every time I hear a noise up here, I keep coming back, and I'm so paranoid that something's going to happen. So we've got 45 degrees of heat. I'll put it up 5 degrees. It was at 40. Again, there's a pipe that's inside this. I've tried to fix it myself, so this bit comes off. But again, I'm kind of done with this machine now after finding that leak, that split there. On that bit there. Again, this is protected in my garage. It's in a corner of my garage, away from everything. The opposite end to anything. It's covered in polystyrene. It's got the box that it comes in. I wrap this up and I protect it because they tried to blame me before that I dropped it, but I definitely didn't. But anyway, so all the leaks that I had, that was the water that was coming back. As you can see, it was quite dirty. But look at all that, look how black that is. It has got a cleaner inside. Again, we've got heat going through it. It's always quite exciting to see what the magnets are going to look like. But I'm probably going to give it, I don't know, maybe another hour. I'm waiting for my brother to come back. I'm going to go around again and agitate the radiators more, but this one should be a good one because the black that was coming out of the system before, yeah, I always like to see what these magnets are going to be looking like. So let's keep going. But I'm so paranoid. Every time I hear a noise, I'm like, what's that? And I come upstairs thinking, because the hose is shut off before on a job, and I literally had to drag it down the stairs, and I had boiling water on me. Again, I didn't put it on mega hot, but yeah, obviously this tub fills up with water and everything, and it's a killer to try and shift. Okay, so we are going around the system now, agitating the system, basically vibrating them using this rubber mallet. So I gently kind of tap as I go through, and you kind of feel for any cold spots. Feels like there's a little one. That's cold compared to the rest here. So there's clearly something like a restriction here. I've just noticed that little rust mark there. Yeah, me and my brother both think we're going to be back here changing radiators at some point because I don't know whether they're going to rust and go through. The problem with the debris is it could sometimes be like a barrier. So as we wash that debris away, it could find leaks, but we've completely drained the system at the moment. So there's actually we haven't vented any of these radiators downstairs. So the way that the water usually goes around the system is it kind of goes up and over. So as I was saying, so we've completely drained the system, and so the way that when we fill up radiators, so air gets trapped in, which is why we have to vent from radiators. So we're stopping the system, the whole of the radiator to be able to use at the moment. So the water is being forced to go through the bottoms of the radiator, so carrying any debris or sludge as we're sending the machine one way and another. So again, I used to use like an attachment that used to go onto my SDS drill, but I found it too much. It used to really vibrate the hell out of the radiators, and it used to even crack the plaster and everything else. So I don't like it. It used to cause more damage than good. So I can kind of tap away with this. So I find it less intrusive, we'll say, to do what we to basically do it. So So I've just had a message from somebody asking me what I think to the Magni Cleanse compared to the Powerflush. Do I think it's any good or not? So if the system's not that bad, then yes, it's great. What I normally do is, if a system's really bad, I'll pre-dose. So I'll put a cleaner in the system and I'll leave it in a low temperature overnight, and then I'll come back the next day and do the Powerflush if I've got the time. But the problem with this is, that's a Powerflush. You'll only ever really do a hot flush with that. The benefit of this is you've got like a jacuzzi pump in here which really forces the water around, and if you can see the hoses, look, as I turn these from left to right with the pressure, you can see the hoses move with a force that's kind of goes through, so you can even feel these vibrating with the water that's being forced around the system. So any radiators that are far away or slow, So just to recap, nothing wrong with the Magni Cleanse, but unfortunately it is just two giant magnets. When you're talking about a Powerflush, there's no comparison really. That is the far superior option because it's got the pump, because I can change the direction of the water. So imagine like a mound of sediment that's in the radiator as it's kind of, and as I'm vibrating, as it's kind of shifting, and eventually it kind of just goes, shoots away. Hopefully that explains that. So again, recapping, I like to leave that in the cupboard overnight, pre-dosing with a cleaner in, leave it on a low temperature or as hot as the customers will like it, come back the next morning, do the Powerflush or put the flushing machine on, and then at the end we use the thorough flush to get rid of all chemicals within the side of the system, and then put inhibitors in, etc. So hopefully that answers all the questions. Right, so we're dumping now, so as you can see, look, I can't use that fucking side, got to use that one. Right, we've dumped a few times now. So it's still quite dirty coming through, but we've already given it a few goes to really start getting the system clean, get the chemicals out, etc. But I'm really pissed off about that. I don't know if I can put any OB1 over it for the time being until we get it back into the warmer months where I can start investing. So it's moment of truth time. I've just undone both of these magnets. So let's have a look, shall we? Oh, it feels heavy. I mean, doesn't feel as heavy as the other one. Oops. Well, I was expecting worse, but I guess, that one's the worst. Gosh, that was thick sludge, that is, jeez. All right, let me try and do this one-handed. That's one. This one's really thick and heavy. So that's what the magnets should look like, but again, that's pretty thick. I mean, that's, and you got both, I guess. I mean, we have changed two radiators here, so maybe with those other two radiators added onto the system might have been worse, because they were big, larger radiators, those were. But again, I mean, so that sediment, again, that lies at the bottom of the radiators, that blocks up, destroys radiators, destroys boilers over long periods of time. And obviously, a heating system wants to flush and pump around clean water. Any restrictions like this can destroy heating pumps, etc. So, the system's definitely going to be more efficient with what we've done. But yeah, that's really what we've collected. Last bit of commissioning now. Quick show of the condensation run. So we do not like condensation pumps. We avoid them like the plague. Not a fan of them, never have been a fan of them. I've seen the damage that they can cause on jobs when they fail. But anyway, that's how we've done it. So we've left an air gap there. So when those situations where you can get a month's worth of rain in 24 hours, it can flow out there, because I have also seen that happen before on jobs where, because I guess people unfortunately don't maintain their properties like they used to, but it could be just one of those things where you get a load of leaves or moss, and like I say, it blocks up the downpipe, so then you get that heavy rainfall and it fills it all up, and it can, believe it or not, go all the way back to the boiler. But quick. Here's a quick last show of the vertical flue. So that is it. New Viessmann Vitodens 100 installed with a 12-year warranty in Nuneaton, Warwickshire. AD Magni filter installed on this one. We've connected back onto the Honeywell thermostat, which is downstairs. Customer has actually been without central heating and working hot water, or properly working hot water, since September. We are now in November. Although there's been quite a lot of extras, we have also done a lot of kind of freebies. Shaved a bit off this door here because it was catching, just a few other things as well. So that's it. See you on the next one. So it's the end of the day. It's now dark outside, but I've just put my power flushing machine back in the corner where I said it normally is. Now I do put this old high-vis coat over it to protect it, so I know it's there, and there is a bucket of towels that kind of go over that. So although my garage is a bit of a shithole at the minute, although that side's clean, but it gets worse up here. I've got all this for my van, which unfortunately I was waiting for that van bolt, which arrived late, but you can see that's protected in that corner. Nothing goes on top of that. Everything kind of goes everywhere else. But whether I'm unlucky or not with this power flushing machine, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm debating whether to send it in for a service to get it fixed or get a new one.